All right, Brina's Bistro. Let's walk through this for week 6, Brina's Bistro oyster usage. I don't like oysters, so I'm going to get through this kind of quick with you and show you how to do this. So this is part 1. Part 1, we need to create a moving average chart using an interval of 7 days. Okay, so what we got to do, we got to first click on oyster usage. In the first cell right here, A6, you're going to write equals, and then we're going to type the word average. And what we want is the average of A5, then you do the colon with the full week. So we want the full week, and we're going to see a weekly average. So as of Monday, our 7-week running or 7-day running average is 42.9. Now we want this to be for all of these. So you should have learned this by now. Instead of doing that formula every time, we can just do Command C. And we're going to paste that. I'll highlight all of these cells. And then I go Command V, and it's going to paste that formula into each of those. So, but it pastes the formula and then adjust it over 1 day. So it's a running 7-day average for all of your data. All right. So why don't we, I forgot to do this right in the beginning. Let's put our name up in here. So Bradley _ Barber. Okay, so I clicked it on accident, but might as well change the name while we're at it. All right, the next part is we're going to do this all in a chart. So we're going to do the fixed amount, major unit, move the position around, format the data, all with a chart that we're going to put in here. So we want Monday through Sunday for the 4 weeks. We want the daily average, the daily usage, I'm sorry, and then the 7-day running average. And what we're going to do is you're going to hit Insert, and we want a chart. And we're going to click this little chart button, and we want the 4th one over, or the one that's titled line with markers. So sometimes you have to move your mouse to see line with markers, and we're going to click that, and voila, we now have a chart. But we have a beautiful chart. We need to change some elements on it, and it just does a generic chart title, so we can title it moving average. And I'm going to delete the rest of that. Okay, so we have a moving average. And then we need to put in a fixed amount, fixed minimum, and a major unit of 10, move things around. So B and C. So what we have to do is in the data, we want to click on the chart here, and we want to change the data. Okay, so this column right here, vertical axis value, I double click on that. I'm going to do that again so you can see that happening. So I have my vertical column here, and I have a little box around it. You want to make sure there's a box, and then double click, and it's going to open up to format the axis. And what we need to do is the minimum needs to be 10. And our major shifts to 10 as well. So minimum and major being 10. Those were the only 2 things to change, a fixed minimum of 10 and a major unit of 10. Okay. And then we're going to format and label the data. Okay. So we have down here, so we can see Monday through Sunday, we have our data, but we have series 1, series 2, representing by the orange and red, but we need to label this so we know like what is series 1, series 2. Because when we look, if you're creating a chart and you send this to someone, you want them to just quickly look at it and understand what we're talking about. So the orange is our daily usage. So that's very volatile. So our daily usage is very volatile. So that series 1 on here, we want to change that to daily usage. So what we do is we highlight the whole chart, the whole graph, the whole chart right here. And then we go to select data. And then it pulls up this little menu. I hope that pulls up on the screen. I'll watch the recording to make sure. But series 1 and series 2. So we can just change the name right here. I'm going to change that one to daily amount. And then 7-day average. Click OK. And check it out. Our graph now says moving average, daily amount, 7-day average on our graph. And then the last instructions are insert footer, add your name, course name, tags, oyster. Okay, so we want to do home. So this sometimes doesn't pop up on the screen, but I do file up on the very top of your on your computer, Excel file, page setup. And that's where we can hit footer. Okay, so header and footer. So they, on all these instructions, and this is kind of unique to our instructions here. Not every company wants this. So I want to put in a custom footer and let's do right here. So if I hit this drop down, it has a bunch of stuff already on here. So let's put that on here. And I'm just gonna, let's leave it as that. Bradley Barber, the name. Okay. And if we want we don't want to have any margin changes. Header, footer, custom footer. We could have done a custom footer on there. Yeah, I think that's it. So we got our custom footer. That just really shows up when we print it. We do file print. But because on the screen here, you're not going to see anything different. So add tags to usage properties. Okay, so file properties. So we can go here to content, statistics, summary. And if we want keywords, we can do oysters and Brina, Bistro. So this just helps if you're searching your computer. You add some property elements to it because we've all lost some documents and we're trying to find it on our computer. So the more data we have on that helps us find it. Okay, step 1 is done. Let's end this.